And the interviewer on the other end of the telephone, it was not a video interview, the interviewer asked me a question. He said, Gregg, why can't you stay with one topic? Why don't you just stick with one topic like all the other authors? He says, you're all over the map. He said, you're talking about the magnetic fields of the planet. You're talking about human DNA. You're talking about heart-brain coherence. You're talking about ancient civilizations. He said, why can't you just stay with one topic like everyone else? And I was surprised by the question. And I thought about what he was asking me. And my response then surprised him. Because I said, in a very real sense, I said, I am staying with one topic. Every book that I've written, every one of the topics you have mentioned, is about our relationship to some aspect of our life experience, some aspect of our world. Our relationship to the physical environment, to the magnetic fields of the earth, our relationship to other people, the emotional environment, our relationship to our own body, the neuroplasticity, the bioplasticity, the genetic plasticity that we now know exists. So I said, in a very real sense, I have done just what you're asking. I'm staying with one topic. It's just a really big topic. It's about you and me. And he heard the answer and he says, okay, let's take a station break. And he went away and didn't come back. So this is what I do want to talk to you about. We don't live in a vacuum of only one way of thinking or one study. And this is what science has attempted to do. Science has attempted to compartmentalize our world into little boxes that we call chemistry or physics or biology or geology so that we can study them. And you and I are the product of that compartmentalization. This is what we were led to believe when we were in school. However, you and I both know that nature doesn't live in those boxes. Nature doesn't know the difference. Mother Nature does not know the difference where geology ends and biology begins. I'll give you a perfect example. Working as a geologist, I began seeing in the 1970s that the magnetic fields of our planet were changing. They were decreasing very rapidly. And I asked my geologist friends, what does that mean to us? We are biological beings. What does that mean when the magnetic fields of the earth become less? And they said, don't ask us. They said, we're geologists. Go ask a biologist. So I asked my biology friends, what does it mean to a human cell when the magnetic fields of the earth begin to decline? And they said, hey, we're biologists. Go ask somebody else. And it was a beautiful example of where people can become very, very well educated and very focused in one specific facet of our experience and be completely oblivious to how that experience interrelates with the life that you and I are living. So my focus has been to cross those traditional boundaries, to transcend the boundaries between the sciences, and also to draw upon the wisdom of our past, marrying 5,000 years of direct human experience with the best science of the modern world, weaving these great ways of knowing into a wisdom that is more than the science can be all by itself. It's more than the ancient wisdom can be all by itself. It's more than spiritual principles can be all by themselves. And I believe that you and I owe it to ourselves to do just this. You and I owe it to ourselves and to our children and the future generations to draw upon the wisdom that is at our fingertips, regardless of where it comes from. Science, ancient traditions, spirituality. To draw upon that wisdom and to be discerning. We're looking for truthful, honest, factual information to help us build real solutions to the world that we're living in today. So this is my focus. This is why I offer you the things that I offer you. This is what I want to talk to you about specifically today. Our world is changing. And even to the skeptics that denied that change up until a few years ago, pretty much everyone now is on board. They say, okay, something in the world is changing. This is no longer business as usual. What do we do to make our lives better? And what do we do to help us embrace that change in a healthy way? And again, this is a focus for me. It's not just about surviving. It's not just about waiting for the changes to end, for business to go back to normal, for life to get back to normal. Because my experience is telling me we're living the new normal. The past is the past. So when people tell us, if you follow these principles, the climate can be reversed. Or if you follow these principles, the economy is going to go back to where it was 10 years ago. Or if you follow these principles, peace is going to happen, however it's going to happen. We're living in a world right now that's moving forward. The change is moving forward, and we're not going to stop that change. We can't stop the change, perhaps, but we have total control over how we respond to that change.